Hello and welcome to FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. The city's Human Relations Department, the Commission on the Status of Women, and the Family Justice Center recognize October as National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. These organizations light a tree each year to promote community awareness of domestic violence. The tree will be lit each night during the month of October. There are several ways the community can support this awareness effort. Examples include wearing or displaying the color purple while explaining why ending domestic violence is important. If you are a victim of domestic violence, don't remain silent. Talk about the abuse with friends, family, and co-workers. Help others become informed by inviting speakers to your church, professional organization, civic group, or place of employment. And learn how to detect the relationship red flags and common warning signs of abuse. Have candid conversations with your children about healthy relationships and help stop violence before it starts. Become familiar with the domestic violence services and resources available in our area by calling the Guilford County Family Justice Center at 336-641-7233. If you or someone you know is in a domestic violence crisis, call either 911 or the Family Service of the Piedmont's Crisis Hotline at 336-273-7273. The city's planning department is getting behind the movement entitled The Missing Middle, which centers around a growing demand for housing in walkable urban places. Dan Paralick, a nationally known leader in missing middle housing, will conduct a lecture on October 19th to explain the concept and the type of housing this involves. The free event entitled The Missing Middle, Responding to the Demand for Walkable Urban Living, begins at 5:30 p.m. at the Greensboro History Museum located at 130 Summit Avenue. Paralick is a principal at Opticos Design, an architecture and urban design firm based in Berkeley, California. His specialty is developing and planning sustainable walkable urban places for people of all ages. Sue Schwartz, the city's planning director, says as Greensboro continues to grow, we need to understand the value of a variety of housing types and how they can enhance our neighborhoods. This event is the first in the Planet Greensboro Speakers Series, coordinated by the planning department. These free events are intended to engage residents and the business community around topics of interest associated with updating the city's comprehensive plan, Connections 2025. For more information, contact Hannah Cockburn, the city's long-range and strategic planning manager. The Greensboro Fire Department is asking the public to do its part during Fire Prevention Week, which is October 9th through 13th, urging residents to plan 2 ways out. Most people think it takes 6 minutes before a house fire becomes life-threatening. In reality, it takes only 2 minutes. This year's Fire Prevention Week theme focuses on the importance of having a fire escape plan and practicing it with your family. Firefighters respond to a fire every 23 seconds and a structure fire every 85 seconds. Fire is unpredictable and moves faster than most people realize. Having a tried and true escape plan with 2 ways out is essential to ensuring your family's safety in the event of a house fire. An important part of a fire safety plan includes having working smoke alarms. Greensboro firefighters will install smoke alarms and/or batteries free of charge if you live within the city limits. To request a free smoke alarm, please call 336-373-2576. In an effort to help our employees and residents improve their quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to get fit and stay fit. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's News for Your Health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tamer Yalcinkaya, Medical Director at Carolina's Fertility Institute and a reproductive endocrinology infertility specialist. Today, I'm going to talk about information couples need to know as they start their journey to become parents. Infertility is defined as inability to conceive after 12 months of unprotected intercourse. However, this definition has been modified. For example, for women over 35, they are advised to seek medical help only after 6 months of unprotected intercourse. And women who are 40 or older are advised to get medical help only after 3 months. Infertility caused by problems in the female partner about a third of the time, problems in the male partner about a third of the time. The remaining third caused by combination of issues in male and female partner, or it may be unexplained. Female factors are usually ovulation disorders, or it can be anatomic problems with the fallopian tubes or uterus, or a condition known as endometriosis. Male causes of infertility are usually problems with sperm production, low sperm count or low sperm motility, or they can be issues with sexual function. Unexplained causes of infertility are believed to be due to conditions such as mild endometriosis or immunologic causes, timing, or problems with intercourse. Before trying to conceive, it's very important to know that certain lifestyle factors impact reproductive health and ability to conceive, and not observing these points may actually cause a delay in conceiving. Number one is overweight, and sometimes being underweight can delay ovulation or interfere with proper egg production in women, and it can also affect sperm production in men. It is important not to exceed more than 5 hours per week of strenuous exercise, but also not to be inactive. We recommend all tobacco products to be stopped, and alcohol intake should be limited to 1 serving per day on average, and this is true for both partners. We recommend to all women who are getting ready to try 400 micrograms of folic acid supplementation, which is over the counter. We also recommend a limited amount of caffeine consumption by women, since it has been associated with miscarriages, limiting it to 18 ounces of coffee or its equivalent per day. Particularly for men, it is important to watch their occupational exposure to toxic chemicals. Also, for people who are taking regular medications for their health problems, it is best to consult with your family doctor or your gynecologist before you start trying, to see what medications should be switched or stopped. Finally, it's important to recognize that use of recreational drugs such as marijuana or cocaine can be harmful. Another point is how to time intercourse. What is the fertile window? A normal ovulation occurs somewhere at midpoint of a 28-day cycle. And for women who have longer menstrual intervals, 32 days for example, it's best to subtract 14 from the menstrual cycle interval to obtain the day on which they ovulate. So according to this rule, a woman who has 32-day cycles would be expected to ovulate on day 18 of her cycle. So once we establish the day of probable ovulation, then it's good to have intercourse during a 3-4 day window before the ovulation and about 2 days after the anticipated ovulation. During the journey to have a baby, it's important to talk to your physician, your primary care provider, and also to seek help from a specialist when certain red flags exist in the individual partners, such as previous history of tubal surgery or endometriosis, either in the person or in her family, or prior exposure to cancer agents and such. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find this information helpful as you continue on your journey to have a baby. For more information, please go to conehealth.com/infertility. I'm Dr. Tamer Yalcinkaya. Thank you.
Congratulations are in order for the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department. Find out why. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The City of Greensboro's Water Resources Department is taking part in a national campaign entitled Imagine a Day Without Water. The campaign takes place on Thursday and is designed to educate people about how water is essential, the challenges facing water and wastewater systems, and the need for investment in those systems. Water agencies across the country, organizations, elected officials, corporations, and environmental advocates are joining forces to raise awareness about water infrastructure and resource challenges. To coincide with the event, Greensboro Water Resources is acknowledging the initiative by posting messages and videos on Twitter. It's easy to take water services for granted. The reality is most water pipes have an average life expectancy of 50 years, but in many major cities, water pipes are more than 100 years old. In Greensboro, the distribution system consists of more than 3,000 miles of buried pipe assets that date back to the early 1900s. Steve Drew, Director of Water Resources, says while our daily needs may vary, the dependence on safe, sustainable, and reliable water service is essential to our community, and participating in this campaign is an effective way to express the importance of this valuable resource. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department received national accreditation from the Commission for Accreditation of Parks and Recreation Agencies, or CAPRA. The accreditation was presented during the National Recreation and Park Association Conference in New Orleans. Greensboro Parks and Recreation is one of only 155 departments across the country and 11 in North Carolina to earn this designation. Phil Fleischman, Acting Director of Parks and Recreation, says Greensboro Parks and Recreation takes pride in being one of the first accredited agencies in North Carolina. This honor wouldn't be possible without the hard work of our staff and support of our community stakeholders. This marks the third time the department has received this national recognition for excellence in operations and service. To achieve accreditation, CAPRA reviewed the department's compliance with more than 150 professional standards and visited several parks and recreation facilities. Greensboro Parks and Recreation was founded in 1933 and continues to provide professional and diverse leisure opportunities to the residents and visitors of Greensboro. The City of Greensboro's Neighborhood Development Department will host the National Community Development Association's Region 4 Conference in downtown Greensboro, October 11th through 13th. This will be the first time this regional event has been held in North Carolina. The conference will bring together more than 50 housing and community development professionals from throughout the Southeast to learn from each other and receive updates about U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development programs. Housing and community development departments are critical to the success of any community and vital for all residents. Focus in this area ranges from creating economic impacts that change the landscapes of communities to increasing property values and retaining and attracting residents and businesses. Assistant City Manager Barbara Harris says the City of Greensboro is proud to be a leader when it comes to building better homes, neighborhoods, and cities. For a list of the conference session topics and to register to attend, visit the city's website. In an effort to spotlight and celebrate the entrepreneurs, the artists, the community builders, and essentially the next generation of leaders, the City of Greensboro is proud to partner with Action Greensboro to introduce our Made in Greensboro series. This day we place the spotlight on digital designer Morgan Rigsby. She's an artist, but she doesn't work with brushes or clay. Her canvas is digital. Morgan Rigsby is a designer for Pix US, a Greensboro-based digital modeling and photorealistic imaging company. She moved to Greensboro from her hometown of Durham to study interior architecture at UNCG. Morgan loves making things. She joined the Forge Maker Space to do wood burning and thought she might eventually go into furniture design. Then she learned to love creating in the digital space, incorporating technology into design. Now that's what she does every day at Pix US, helping international companies like the furniture company Steelcase, Mohawk Flooring, or Anderson Windows and Doors show off their products through realistic-looking images she designs digitally. Morgan's final images of gorgeous rooms that expertly feature those products will end up in catalogs or advertisements. One of her designs even made the pages of Dwell magazine. Morgan says, "We make people want it. Our job is to make the product desirable." To learn more about Made in Greensboro or to see more images taken by photographers Jerry Walford and Scott Mothersbaugh, visit the Action Greensboro website at madeingso.com. A portion of the Lake Daniel Greenway will be closed to pedestrian traffic during the daytime Mondays through Thursdays while the city conducts a stream restoration project. The Greenway path from Aycock Street east to the walking bridge near the playground will be closed from 7:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Monday through Thursdays. Pedestrians are encouraged to use the sidewalk along Benjamin Parkway while construction is underway. Mark your calendars. Community Planning Month is underway. Coming up after the break, find out how the city's planners are recognizing the month. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. October is the time of the year when we recognize Community Planning Month. Joining me now to tell us what kinds of activities will take place this month is Sue Schwartz. She is the Planning Director for the City of Greensboro. Hello, Sue. Welcome back. It's always good to see you.
Thank you, Carla.
So tell us, what exactly is Community Planning Month?
Community Planning Month is designated across the country. It's a time that we take to educate and appreciate what good community planning does for our cities, for the folks in our cities, and the planners behind those plans.
Okay, which is all very important. And with that, you want to put emphasis on what you do. So what makes this important for the city of Greensboro?
Well, good planning, good community planning ensures that everyone has the opportunity to grow and thrive. And that's what we want for Greensboro, and that's what we've been successful at. But we have to keep an eye on preserving our history, honoring it, but also with an eye to the future and making sure we're prepared for it and we can take advantage of those things that are coming down the pike for us.
Okay, and that usually means growth, and we have a lot of people interested in being right here in the Greensboro area. What events has your team planned so that we can all get involved and celebrate Community Planning Month?
We have quite an assortment of things going on in October. Our planners will be heading out to Guilford County schools and talking with school children and have some activities for them. That's throughout the month. We have a guest speaker coming, Dan Parolik, talking about the missing middle, and what he talks about is the different types of housing that cities have embraced to help encourage more walkable, more sustainable communities, and he'll be here on the 19th, and I believe you've talked about that a little bit already. We also will be honoring our volunteer members, because there are people that every day, citizens that help us with different processes, whether it's zoning or planning or historic preservation. And so we'll be honoring those boards and commission members. There's around 100 of them total that do work on behalf of the citizens of Greensboro. We'll be honoring them at the October 17th City Council meeting. And last but not least, well, actually there's two more, excuse me. One of my favorites, we partner with Scuppernong Books downtown, and we will have planners reading to kids. So we have several books that have kind of planning themes to them. My favorite is The Lorax by Dr. Seuss, that we'll be reading for kids and have some activities for them there. And at the very end of the month, we'll be at the Run for the Greenway in Center City Park in LeBauer, and we'll have some opportunities for folks to give us their opinions as we start to work to update the city's comprehensive plan and talk to us about the future growth of Greensboro.
I like how your events are incorporating all ages. You're starting with our school kids and mixing in different people within the community with your guest speaker coming in. So I'm sure you're going to get a lot of feedback and participation. The comprehensive plan is in process. We're looking at an update to that document. Where are you in the process?
Well, we're sort of at the beginning, maybe a little more progress from the beginning, but before you can really talk about the future and talk about what your ideas are, you have to really understand what's going on right here and now and how we got here. So we're working on a lot of data and pulling that information together. We'll be compiling something called the data book for the city so that everybody has access to the same information. We hope to have that online by the end of the calendar year. And then we can start having some informed discussions about what does that mean for the future of Greensboro.
Okay, well, all kinds of exciting things going on each and every day, but this particular month is important, Community Planning Month. We thank you for giving us an overview of what's coming on board for the month and your celebration, and I'm sure a lot of folks are going to come out and participate and get involved. Come back and see us.
Oh, I will, and we will have other activities going on with the comprehensive plan, so we'll be glad to come back and get people engaged. Thank you.
Absolutely. We need everyone's input. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Carla.
Stay tuned for a little known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. One way to stay informed about what's happening in the city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public, but if you can't attend, we broadcast the meetings live right here on GTN. Council meetings take place at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesdays of the month on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit greensboro-nc.gov/council meetings. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Greensboro Child Response Initiative, or CRI, is celebrating its 7th year of continued partnership with multiple community agencies. What began as a pilot 9 years ago, CRI is a partnership among the Kellen Foundation, the Greensboro Police Department, and dozens of community stakeholders. CRI is a coordinated community response that brings together law enforcement, medical and academic institutions, mental health providers, juvenile justice professionals, child protective services, community service agencies, and other advocates to ensure a coordinated community effort to heal the wounds children suffer from exposure to violence and trauma. Since its inception, the Greensboro Child Response Initiative has served more than 13,000 children and their families, most of whom were witnesses or victims of either domestic violence or assault. Many of these referrals come from Greensboro police officers who respond to the incidents of violence involving children. Dr. Kelly Graves, project director for CRI, says we are very excited to continue this partnership. Each year, our commitment to healthy families grows stronger, and we are better able to serve our community. To make a referral to CRI, please call the referral line at 336-373-4827. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our City Department Spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for what events are being featured on the town.
Hey, this is Jody. This weekend starts off on a spooky note as it's Friday the 13th. Now let's get started. The Drama Center of City Arts presents A Murder is Announced, a murder mystery based on the book by Agatha Christie, the queen of the genre. The show will be held this Friday and Saturday starting at 8 p.m. at the Stephen D. Hires Theater in the Greensboro Cultural Center. This murder mystery is the perfect way to kick off your Friday the 13th. Check out thedramacenter.com for additional showtimes or to purchase tickets. Looking for a relaxing Saturday morning activity? The Griffin Recreation Center will offer a coffee and canvas class for active older adults the second Saturday of every month at 9:15 a.m. beginning this Saturday. This twist on the paint and sip craze will give people a chance to socialize while painting and enjoying some Java. Call 336-373-2929 for more information. You're invited to take part in the Greensboro 48-Hour Film Horror Project. Last week, area filmmakers gathered to make horror short films. Now all they need is an audience. Come view these 5 to 8 minute films that will not disappoint and reflect the talent that permeates our great state. The audience will vote for their favorites, and judges will determine awards including Best Film, which will go on to screen at Filmapalooza. Go to carolinatheater.com to purchase a ticket or for more information. This weekend, the Greensboro Coliseum has so many amazing shows, it's almost scary. On Saturday, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill will perform their Soul to Soul concert, which celebrates the 10th anniversary of their record-breaking tour. The Foo Fighters and their special guest, the Struts, will perform on the same stage the very next night. If you're a Dave Grohl fan, you won't want to miss seeing him live on stage starting at 7:30 p.m. And last but not least, the Eagles will perform their hit songs at the Coliseum on Tuesday. You can purchase your tickets at greensborocoliseum.com. Keep watching FYI Weekly right here on GTN to find out more about events happening on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department provides professional and diverse leisure opportunities through inclusive programs, facilities, parks, and open space. This makes Greensboro a desirable place to work, live, and play. The department's leadership includes a director and deputy director. Parks and Recreation is divided in 3 divisions: Community Recreation Services, Planning and Project Management, Park Management and Operations. All program services, facilities, parks, and gardens are driven by achieving 4 pillars of the word care. C stands for creating economic impacts. A stands for advancing conservation. R stands for rejuvenating health and wellness. And E stands for enhancing quality of life. On the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. Congratulations are in order for 3 employees with Guilford Metro 911. They received top honors at the statewide Annual Association of Public Safety Communications Officials, or APCO, conference in Cherokee. Melanie Neal, Director of Guilford Metro 911, is recognized as the State Director of the Year. As a member of Guilford Metro 911 since 1999, she serves on the funding committee for the North Carolina State 911 Board, helping to ensure fair and equal treatment of centers across the state. The State Telecommunicator of the Year is Greg Cobb, who has been with Guilford Metro 911 since 2004. He is a certified training officer and a master emergency communications specialist. Andrew Harvey is the state's radio frequency technician of the year. He joined Guilford Metro 911 in 2010 and has supervised the technical services division since 2014. Congratulations to each of those G-Team members. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.